Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at the Owenheimer Centre Travel World in Stafford and I'm here to look at the brand new Niesmann+Bischoff Arto 88 and 78. Now Niesmann+Bischoff, it's not a manufacturer I've reviewed before. They're a premium German manufacturer and they do make some beautiful and stunning motorhomes. Now the Arto range for 2025, it's an A-class liner on Mercedes-Benz. We're going to find out a bit more about these luxury motorhomes together. The 88 here, as we can see, this is a tag axle model. We're going to come to that second. I always like to save the biggest and the best till last, as you probably know. But you can see what a large A-class or integrated motorhome this is. What we're going to do is start with the Arto 78, find out a little bit more about it. Important facts and figures first of all. Let's talk about the price because this is what we want to know. Can we afford it? So the Arto 78, let's start there. Price-wise, this starts at £164,000. So let's cover that first of all. Obviously, there's plenty of extras that you can add to it. So Arto 78, it's on Mercedes-Benz, as I did say. It comes with a 2-litre diesel engine, standard with 150 horsepower and manual transmission. You can opt for the automatic gearbox and the 170 horsepower if you want. We can see the front here on the Mercedes. Now, what's interesting about Niesmann+Bischoff is there's actually 128 different ways you can spec up your Arto 78. They've got all sorts of different things you can do on the exterior as well as the interior, and I'll talk about that as we go along. So this motorhome, the Arto 78, it's 7 metres and 82 centimetres in length. It's 2.4 metres wide and it's 3 metres in height. So as we can see, at 7.8 metres, it is a long motorhome, but it is on that single axle at the rear. So at the front, now this one's on the white. You've got a choice of colours on the Arto. You can either have the standard white or you can opt for the silver paintwork that we see on the Arto 88. That's a £10,000 extra if you want to do that. I personally would because I like silver, as you know. So this is the white standard paintwork. Now, when I talk about the different things you can spec, as you can see here, we've got like the carbon effect on the wing mirrors. There's you can choose different coloured graphics on the sides. You can actually have these coloured as well if you want. I'll show you a bit more when we go on to the next model. So this is the exterior. Now, weight-wise, this motorhome is 4,500 kilos gross vehicle weight, so 4.5 tonnes. So you will need your category C1 or C on your driving licence to drive it. So as we can see, this liner, it's what we'd call A-class or integrated. Coming down, Mercedes-Benz, we have the black alloy wheels there that we can see. And then we'll make our way down the offside of the vehicle first of all. So we've got these coach-style electrically operated and heated wing mirrors. This one here, these are prototypes that have arrived from Germany. These are left-hand drive. In the UK, they're going to be right-hand drive. We've got storage underneath. You can see these coach-style flaps on the Arto 78. This one's opened, this one's closed, and I'll just show you this one before we cover some other bits. But we can see here these storage boxes. You actually have 1,400 litres of storage under this motorhome, and you can spec it up with different boxes and numbers and sizes. That's all part of the optional extras, and that slides back underneath. Now, if we just step back out away from the motorhome, so we've made our way down. We can see here the awning. So we've got the wind out canopy here. Now, because this is white, it's got the white finish. You can see that on the front there. So the white wind out 2-lay canopy. You can actually have this as an automatic as well if you wish to make it a bit easier because it's quite high to reach up there at 3 metres. So we've got the wind out canopy. Then as we make our way down, this one here has the solid door, as we can see. Now, what it does do is if you're worried about opening this and hitting the door, it does have a function where it'll stop it at 90 degrees when these hatches are open. You get the electric step. You can see the Niesmann+Bischoff logo just inside there. Then carrying down, the storage that I spoke about, and you do get a gas barbecue point as well on this one here. And then we make our way to the garage. Yes, it's a big motorhome, so we would expect a good amount of garage space, and we have got it here. You can see the amount of space in here and this solid floor. This one has got the 3,000 watt inverter fitted, so you can add that as an option. It does come standard with a lithium battery, and if you're wanting to add solar, you can also add solar panels up on the roof. The solar panels, it starts with a 220 watt solar panel. You can go all the way up to 660 watts if you want. So if you're going to add the inverter and further lithium batteries, then you can get up to 660 watts up there. And you can also add air conditioning units to these and the Oyster satellite system as well. Let's carry on around the back. So on the rear, we've got a new rear for 2025. Got this really nice LED light cluster that we can see here, and then carrying on around the back. So what do we get? We've got a big white back on this silver. You will see the silver one soon. Niesmann+Bischoff written across it. The rear view camera up there, then the Niesmann+Bischoff logo badge as well. And then we've got more on this one of the carbon fibre effect. You can choose different colours on these, and parking sensors as well that we can see on the rear. So that is the back end. That's a big back end. I like that. Let's go off down the near side. So near side, we've got a second garage door here, again into that great big garage space. And then here we find space for two 11 kilo gas bottles. Now, you can either have it standard with two 11 kilo gas bottles, or you can have an optional 50 litre gas tank fitted. So if you prefer a gas tank, you can have a 50 litre one fitted as an option. So carrying on down the near side, we can see the black decals on this one and the silver logo, and we can see our fridge and freezer vents. We're going to see more of that inside. Then we come to the toilet cassette point. Now, on this one, you can either have the toilet cassette as standard, the pull-out Thetford cassette that we all know and love, or you can actually have a 170 litre black waste tank. That's probably more popular in Europe, because the problem here in the UK is where do you dispose of that black waste tank. But if you're in Europe a lot, you can opt for the 170 litre black waste tank. I think that'll be popular with quite a few people that do a lot of touring. We then here have the vent for the Alder wet central heating system. So Alder wet central heating on this motorhome. And then underneath we can see more of the storage. We've got our dump valves here for the water system, we can see under there, and controls for the Alder wet central heating system. Then we have here our water filling point. Obviously this is just pushed open, so I'll just lower this a little bit. This is where we're going to fill our fresh water. Fresh water, this motorhome has a 300 litre fresh water tank and a 200 litre grey waste tank. Those are massive tanks, brilliant. Then coming along, I'll just push this down again, we have our diesel filler. It has a 92 litre diesel tank on board, so a good size diesel tank for our long adventures. And then here on the near side, the window into what, and this is drivers, but on the UK models, this would be the UK side there for the passenger. Right, let's move around so we can just see that front as we go round. Then we're going to go inside. So 7.82 metres long, 3 metres high, 4.5 tonnes, prices from 164,000 and based on the Mercedes. Let's go and take a look inside. So come on, here we go. So we do get the electric step. That's been deployed. We'll start up in the habitation area and we'll start in the cab. So into the cab we go. Now, with the Niesmann+Bischoff, you can spec a variety of fabric colours. There's loads to choose from. I'll be putting a link down there as always, so you can have a look at all the options. So you can have a complete different choice in the fabric colour if you want. It's on the Mercedes, it's got all the brand new Mercedes safety features. Then we've got the infotainment system where you're all going to see your rear view camera and the satellite navigation. We've got USB chargers up here in the glove box. That's been lifted up so we can see the glove box compartments. And then we've got our various controls for the motorhome. You can add heated windscreens as far as I'm aware, and the seats as well. We've got the blinds all around the cab. So again, we've got blinds for privacy when we are on site and we want to drop those down. Now we move into the lounge area of the 78. In here we've got the bench seat onto the near side, and there's also a bench seat onto the off side here. And again, the cushions, you can choose all different colours of these, as well as the main upholstery as well. Now I'll just move along. So standing up into the lounge, we have got the folding table. This moves and slides around, as you can see. You can do even more with it, but just gives you an idea there. These motorhomes can either be 2 or 4 berths, and in terms of travel seats, you can spec them from 3 travel seats up to 5 travel seats. So it depends how many people you're planning on taking. Now, if you opt for the 4 berth model, you're going to have the pull down bed, which is here above me. Now, size wise, this bed is 188 centimetres long and 128 centimetres wide. So it's a good size drop down bed if you want to use it. If you're a couple and you don't want the drop down, you can opt for the cupboard layout, and I'll show you that in the Arto 88. So there's 2 options. So this is our lounge area. We can see the walls. We've got this grey panel effect. It looks like it's got a fabric, but it's not. It's actually more of a plasticky material finish to it, so it's not a fabric as it appears. That's how that actually feels. Blinds, we get concertina blinds and we get fly screens. And then coming along into the roof, there are plenty of little LED lights. There's a sunroof as well in this lounge area. And then on the near side, there's this 32-inch television that's been fitted to this model here. So the options are a 32-inch television system. There's a cupboard here for some storage, and also our control panel here for the Alder and the motorhome controls as well. So we've got that up there. Now, coming along, we do have this flooring, which you can see here. It's quite a nice wood effect floor. This is where you can access your water tank if you need to access that and get in there to clean or put anything in there. Cleaning fluids, I mean, if you're cleaning it. I don't mean to put water in it. And then under this bench seat, we have this pull-out drawer, some space there for shoes or whatever you need to get access to before you go outside the motorhome. Coming along, there's a further control panel here as well for the Arto 78. And then as we move along, we make our way into the kitchen space. So let's take a look in the kitchen on the offside next. So first of all, we do have this pull-out rack, and I believe you can potentially put that into there. This is the prototype, so it hasn't got everything fitted that it needs to, but that's going to pull out and give you additional worktop space. The worktop itself, I like this. It's nice and solid. You can hear that solid feel. So we've got this solid worktop. As I said, you do have this cover here. You can use it as a chopping board, obviously. I'd be too afraid to get it marked with my knife, so I probably wouldn't do that. Swivel tap, and then a good size sink, and it's an all-in-one. It's almost like a Korean effect. You can see it's all part of this same sort of worktop space. I'll put that back. And then moving along, what we're getting on this one is there is an electric induction hob. Now, if you're on hookup, you can use that. Or if you're off-grid with your inverter, you'll be able to use that through your inverter. There's 2 gas burners, so if you're off-grid and you want to use your gas, you can use gas. There's a little bit of storage space in here, as we can see. This splashback effect. There is a blind as well. And then a plug socket, and under there, there's a charger as well. So we can just get under there for you. There's then, up here, 2 cupboards. Now, in Niesmann+Bischoff, it's a press mechanism, as we can see. Now, these cupboards are quite high, and they go quite a long way back, but you'll have to get on tiptoes or be tall to get into those. So storage cupboards. These strut arms are really strong, so really good struts on those. And then coming down, as well as the hob, what you do have the option to add is the oven. So this one's had the Thetford gas oven added to it. It also has a grill function as well. You can add a microwave, and you can also add a dishwasher. I believe the dishwasher goes here if you want to have that fitted. But drawer space, got good amount of drawer space there. This is a huge pull-out drawer, and as I say, you can have that one, I think, comes as the dishwasher. And then some more space as well. At least they're utilising it all. These aren't dead cupboards. There's another one under there. So plenty of storage there. And then, pull this one out, we've got this sort of rack style as well, as you can see there. So more space for storage there. And then I'm going to, before I show you the bathroom, I'm going to continue with the kitchen space, otherwise it becomes a little bit disjointed. Over on the near side, what we have here, if I pull this open, we have a 177 litre Dometic tower fridge and freezer. This is our fridge space, as we can see in there. And then this is the freezer side. I'm not sure if it's on that side or that side, but the freezer is, I won't mess with that, the freezer compartment and the big fridge compartment. And then what we have is above there's more space as well for further storage. I don't know if you opt for a microwave, whether the microwave would utilise one of these cupboards, but then down here, which you almost wouldn't know if you didn't put your hand there and pull, you have bins. So this is where we've got a little bin storage area under the fridge. Now, again, before I go further, I'll just show you some further storage here. So under here, if I pull this, we've got access as well to the, oh, that's the water system there. That must have been the underfloor storage. So we've got access there to that water. Let me just take a look under this one and check what this one is, because I think this might be different to the, no, and that's water as well. So access to your 2 water tanks. So we can't actually access the floor space from here, but we can in the 88, which we'll see. Now coming along, we've got this panel here, somewhere for a tea towel, somewhere to hang our coats and what have you. And then we find the all-in-one shower room. Now, there's always a compromise, and for me, on a motorhome of this size, this will be my compromise, because we've got a lot of kitchen space, a reasonable lounge area, and this is where we've compromised. So what I'll do is I'll just talk through it as we're looking through it together. Now, all in one, we can see the Thetford swivel toilet here. Now this is the ceramic finish, you can hear it's solid. That's the standard Thetford swivel toilet. There's some hooks there to hang little hand towels, a couple of shelves in there, and then there's also a cabinet for toiletries. We do have a toilet roll holder and then the wash basin. We've got this nice finish on the black sink tap. We can see the black tap, the black basin. So if you're using this as the sink, good size sink, no intrusion here, good size mirror, the loo there. I'll show you the partition door first of all. So the door is here, so we slide that across, and that's then going to close off your toilet space, because when you're using your kitchen, you don't particularly want to see your toilet. So that pulls across. The shower itself, there's a little lever here, you just pull that, and this wall slides across. So it's going to slide all the way over, step in, and then your shower is a separate attachment to the sink, and there's somewhere to put it there. A couple of lights there, and a sunroof for ventilation. Now, when I say it's a compromise, not everybody wants an all-in-one. I prefer them separated, and this is quite small. You can see the size of me in it. Yes, you've got the height, but in terms of room for doing much else, it's a little bit limited. And places to put things as well. So that to me is a compromise on this motorhome. And there's always a compromise, as I tend to find. But yeah, so that is your all-in-one. I'll just slide that back across, washroom and shower room. But it is nicely finished. I like the splashback finish that we've got there. Got the dark floor matting that's been added as well. So that is the bathroom. Right, I'll just pull that across as we move back. So let's move back now. So we've done the kitchen, we've done our washroom, we've done this huge tower fridge freezer. Then we get to our bedroom space. Now this is a big bed. Both of these are 2 meters and 2 centimeters in length, and width-wise it's 2 meters and 1 centimeter wide. So it is a big bed. And unlike some of the beds that are longitudinal and you then have a centerpiece to put in, this bed comes as you see it like this. There is a little bit of storage space under each step. You can see the 2 steps there, so a little bit of storage there. You do get, you pull this up, so the mechanism is pull up, drop down. So if I pull up and drop down that one, and pull up and drop down that one, and then I jump out of the way, you can venture in there and have a look. So those are the little wardrobe spaces. I must say, they are a little bit fiddly to get into. That'll push further down, but they are a little bit fiddly to get into if you're just wanting to go in and grab a couple of bits. But those are your wardrobe spaces. Now, up on the bed, big bed, so say 2 meters and 2 centimeters long. So these are going to be suitable for most tall people. Then we have all these cupboards as a wraparound in the bedroom area. I'll just give this one a press. Hold on, I don't want to climb onto the bed. There we go. So you can see in there for space, deep cupboards, good height as well. So that's probably where you're going to be putting most of your clothes. I'll open this one as well back here so you can just see the back lockers. So they continue round there. There are some little lights Underneath, there's a plug socket under that side as well. There's these little like cubby holes where you could put your phone if you're wanting that in bed with you. There's the headboard on this one here in this coloured finish, the walls, and we can see there's this dark roofing colour, which is a nice sort of soft foam finish as well underneath, which is going to reduce some of the noise as well. So that's throughout the motorhome. Then we've got another sunroof here. This one hasn't got an air conditioning unit fitted. We do have 3 sunroofs as we come down the motorhome on this, so you could choose probably where you're going to put your aircon unit if you're having it fitted. This one's also got the extra television fitted to it within the bedroom space. I'll just open that and we can see again more cupboard space as well. There's a window on each side with the blinds and the fly screens. Right, so that's the bedroom space, good sized bed. There's another privacy screen as well, so you can pull that across. That is the interior of the Arto 78. I'll just pull these up, leave it as you found it. So that's the interior. So lounge area, there is the privacy screen, so you can partition these areas. It goes all the way across as well, so you've got privacy the full way. Good size kitchen, massive tower fridge freezer like that. And then this good size lounge area feels because it's 2.4 metres wide, you can feel it is a nice spacious motorhome. The only compromise for me was that little bathroom. Right, so that's the 78. Let's head on next to the Arto 88. Now, facts and figures, they are a little bit different, so we'll make a start on the facts and figures so we're familiar with those. So Arto 88, again, it's based on the Mercedes. It's got the 2-litre diesel engine. You can opt for it in the automatic. This one is quite a bit bigger. This motorhome is 9 metres and 6 centimetres in length. As you can see, it's on the tag axle. This one's also 2.4 metres long and 3 metres in height. What we do find with this is it's heavier. It has a gross vehicle weight of 5,500 kilos or 5.5 tonnes. So you are certainly going to need your C1 or your C. Price-wise, these start at £180,000, although this one here at the Irwin Hyman Centre with all the spec on is £269,000. And as I go around, I'll again point out a few bits that are different. Now, when we looked at the 78, I did tell you that there was 128 different combinations that you can have on your Arto, and we can see on the front here some of that difference on this red finish at the bottom, and that's also the red finish on the wing mirrors. There's a number of different colours you can choose, so you can really individualise your motorhome. Now, this one has got the silver paintwork, as we can see, so this is the optional extra £10,000. I do like it. I think it just finishes it off nicely, but it's not for everyone. So Arto 88, we've got the black alloy wheels. We have the over 4,000 litres of storage underneath. It's over 4,500 litres, I believe it is. This one's got some of the pull-out drawers, as we can see. Different drawer space here. Now, the benefit of these is you can store, obviously, outdoor equipment, your electric hookup cable, a hose pipe, all the different things that you accumulate as a motorhomer. Now, this one, we'll just step back a little bit. Now, on this one with the two-lay, we can see this has been colour-coded to the actual colour of the motorhome. So we can see that there. So it's not the white, it's not the black, it's colour-coded. So when that is away, that'll finish beautifully along the side of the Arto. Now, coming down this one, we can see here it's got the carbon effect, and then it's had the red added there. So this one's been really well spec'd, and as I say, that's represented in the price. This has probably got almost just about everything on it that you could throw at it. You can add on both the Artos air suspension as well, and also self-levelling systems. The garage space, so here we can see the covers have actually been taken off, so we can have a little look here. So again, this one has got the inverter fitted, so this is your electrical system. You can add a number of lithium batteries, you can add that inverter, you can add all that solar. Nice big garage for whatever you want to put in there. And then we can head off around the rear. So now this motorhome, over 9 metres long, this is a very big liner. This is a huge motorhome. The back end, it's in this colour scheme again, as we can see. It's got the Niesmann+Bischoff, we've got the camera, the reversing sensors. and then we'll just head off down the near side just so we can see it before we go inside. This one's set up for the 2 11-kilo gas bottles. As I say, you can change that if you want. And then underneath we have got here the gas tank fitted as well. I mentioned the 50-litre gas tank, so we can see this has had a few other little bits added to it. What you'll also notice, because this has the coloured sides, these utility points are coloured now. They're no longer white, so we've got the grey finish on the Alder and the water, the diesel. So it is all colour coded because you do want it to look nice. This is a very expensive motorhome. You want it to have a quality feel. So nice to see that that's been done. And then we can head round and just see the cab as we go. And then we'll venture inside and take a look. So there we go. Yes, I can see myself in this one, trundling along. Right, now this has, because this one's open, we can see here when I mentioned before about the door, it will stop at that 90-degree angle. So the door is stopped so it doesn't hit your locker or your trays. Door into the 88, the electric step. I'm going to venture in. Now, because this one is considerably longer, there's considerably more going on inside it, and this one's nice. I quite like this one. Now then, in we come to the cab. Again, it's the same Mercedes and all the features. Now, the lounge on the 88, this one's been finished in the black leather, and then it's got the black and white check. You can change the colours, as I said before, loads of colour schemes. So we have a long bench seat here on the off side of the motorhome, and then we have the wraparound here on the near side. This is going to be an L-shaped wraparound. Berth, so this one is the 2-berth without the drop-down bed. So if you didn't want a drop-down bed, you're going to get lockers, as you can see. I'll just open a couple up so we can see inside these. So locker space here on the offside, locker space up here at the front, and there's also these little lights as well underneath. And what we are getting as well is this good size sunroof. Right, let me close those down and then we can continue on. Now, in the lounge area, again, we have the folding table that does move around. There's a number of plug sockets and charging points within the habitation area as well. We've got the wall space and we've got the map as well there. So when you're off on your travels, you can get a bit of inspiration off your wall. Now, coming down, we've got the floor, again, the wood floor, and in this one we've got 3 different storage compartments. You can access the underfloor storage in this one, and I did remember which one it was when I had a look. I believe this is water under here, so I'm definitely not opening that. Now, what we have here, this has got the electric television mechanism. Because it's prototype, it doesn't appear to be working, but basically when you press these, you'll see the illuminate. That's the operational switches. These all do different, these are your light switches. They operate all sorts of different things. Press a button and your 32-inch television is going to drop down. Now, if you've had the Oyster satellite system fitted, obviously you'll be busy watching that and enjoying yourself. So that drops up and down, and then you have this worktop space that'll come over and that nicely packs away. We can see here we've got storage for some glassware as well. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my way down the near side first of all, and then we'll cover the off side because there's quite a lot to see in this motorhome. So onto the near side. Now we've got this has got this nice grey worktop space. We've got the induction and 2 gas burners. We've also got an extractor as well. There's lighting around the kitchen area. If I pop these open, we've got the storage cupboards, as we can see there. So nice storage there. This induction and this coffee machine does drop back down into the kitchen, so this isn't stood up all the time when you're in transit. Equally, your coffee machine, it's going to drop back down, and then these flaps will come down and that'll have a nice finish on it on there. And then coming along, the square sink with this nice tap, the water drainage here. And then we come along into this part of the kitchen space. So if I pull this out, we have the pull-out drawer that we saw in the 78. We've then got more drawer space, our cutlery tray. I'll close those up. Now again, on this, you can opt for a dishwasher. You can also add the microwave. But in this one, we've got a large pull-out drawer. I'm not sure how many UK buyers adopt for a dishwasher. Don't know. I've got a dishwasher at home and I never use it, so I don't know whether I'd use it in my motorhome. This has got the oven, so that's the gas oven and grill. So there we go. So this is the kitchen space. Good amount of room. I would like a little bit more worktop space somewhere. This large appliance here has taken up quite a lot of the worktop space. If you don't have this up, then yes, you could use that. Or you could use the table in the lounge, which is what I do in my own motorhome. So that is this part of the kitchen. Then I'll move across. Now on this one, we've just got the sunroof fitted, not an extractor fan. So that's got the sunroof. And then we come across onto this side. Now this is quite interesting. So on the off side, got another operational switch here. And then in this cupboard, this does close, obviously, to have a nice finish, as you can see there. But in this one, we've got the control for the Alder, your inverter, the motorhome itself. So all the controls, your gas system, everything's going on in that cupboard. I'll just close that again there. And then coming down, you wonder what this is. Right, so in this, you can pull this out and you have storage space. Now these glasses, it's actually these, I think are they silky? Yeah, silky. These are, or silwy. These are magnetic. They have a magnet on the bottom and they attach there. So they're not going to go flying when you're driving. So a magnetic glass system. So you could put whatever you want in there, then close that up and then we move along. Now I'll just feel which side it is. Here we go. What I have noticed, I like how it's all nice and flush. That's really nice and it gives lots of room through the motorhome. But you've got to work out which side you're pulling where. So it's not idiot proof. There we go. So in we go to the 177 litre Dometic Tower fridge and freezer. So again, big fridge and a huge freezer compartment. I can open this one. This one's been unlocked. So there we go. So you can see in there, giant fridge and freezer. You can slide these across. When you slide these across, it locks it. That's what had happened on the other one. So there we go. This one, I'll close that up, has got a storage cupboard there above the fridge. And then down below, we've got the pull-out bins as well. I like the bin system. I seem to accumulate a lot of rubbish, so bins are quite important. So you could do a recycle bin and a general waste, or however you want to use your bins. And then we carry on down. Again, I'm feeling, as you can see, and this one, now this is nice. What I like about this is you have the rail to hang clothing, and it isn't too high, it's a good height. You've got a shelving system, and then under here, if you see under here, we've got another rail, so you can have two-person sets of clothes. Lots of room here for shoes and bits and pieces like that. And then in this door, there's a full-length mirror situated in this door as well. So that's a big yes from me. Loads of storage for clothing. Right, so we've come down. What I'm going to do now is make my way onto the near side. Now, this is where we're going to find our toilet and washroom. There's a compromise here for me. And you let me know what you think in the comments, because I'll be interested. Now, you do get a privacy screen here. I'll just pull this across. So that privacy screen is going to close off the front habitation to the rear. So nice screen, that's great, like that. Now this is our shower space. This is not a compromise. Now I'll just show you this. So we've got the shower here with like the rain shower, and then there's somewhere to hang towels once we've finished, or wet coats. And then if I step in, we've got the taps and we've got the shower head, and that's going to attach up here. So you can either use your rain shower, there's two taps, one for rain, or you can use this handheld. Somewhere for shower gels. This is nicely finished, it's got a stone effect, nice grey, plenty of lighting. So this to me is fine. There's plenty of space in here. There is this screen, I'll just pull this across. So that is an enclosed shower space. I won't do it all, I think we get the idea. Enclosed shower space, plenty of, this is huge. This to me is not the compromise. Where's the toilet, you may wonder? Right, okay, if I pull the shower screen across, we do have somewhere as well, again, to hang a towel here. We can see this is nicely frosted, really nice, I like this. And then we find our toilet. So this toilet is a ceramic toilet. It is fixed, it doesn't move. We've got the towel rail here for part of the Alder central heating system. We have got storage here, the Alder tank we can see in there, a little bit of storage there, some shelving there, further shelving, but there's no toilet door. The toilet door is the screen, and you can't sit on the toilet and pull that across. I don't think it's possible. I haven't tried it. And also, you've either got your shower on display all the time or your toilet. So that to me is a compromise. There is another privacy screen here, and that's going to pull across here. So in terms of the privacy from this end, that's fine. But as for sitting on the loo, you're going to have to close that screen to go to the loo, or that blind. So yeah, a little bit strange. That's what I'll say about that. Right, let's move across onto the offside. Now this is nice. So over onto the offside, we have more control panels for the light switches. These little illuminated touch panels here for lighting, as we can see. Now there's not a lot of storage in that toilet, but that is not a problem because it's all here on the offside. Now I did work out how to open all these. There we go. This one's a press it, open it. Lots of storage, and what I like to see are the bands to hold all your toiletries in place, because I've said this before, there's nothing worse than arriving on site and everything falls out. So I'll see if on the prototype that one isn't working. The shelving units, and then we have the tap here with a really good size sink. Definitely no intrusion, you can certainly use that. This has got the nice finish to it, and then these banks of drawers, so there's drawer after drawer. Again, whatever you want to put in these, toiletries, maybe you want to put some bedding in here, towels, whatever you want to put in there, absolutely loads of space. Now, I think this might have been the underfloor storage. We're going to find out together. I've either got it wrong or I've got it right. Yes, I've got it right. Let me lift that out the way. Now, this gives us access to that 4,500 litres of storage under the motorhome floor. You can slide these as well. You can see there's a runner. If you can see, there's a runner there, and these, Jules is going to lend a hand. These do slide about backwards and forwards. They might be locked in place. You can also lift them out as well, but you can see the runner. They slide around all over the place, so you can access your storage. Now, to put this back, there is a little lip to it. There's a method to it. So there we go. I'll just put it back. Looks like I worked out the method. So storage under the floor that you can access with those sliding baskets. I think maybe because some of those are open, we can't move those. Right, now, here we come back to the bedroom. We have storage again under the two steps. There's also some little wardrobes like the 78. So on the 88, we've got the little wardrobe spaces there and there. They are illuminated. I think with that huge wardrobe, I doubt you're going to be putting much more else in there, simply because it's not overly accessible. So that's the same. Now bed, I'll hop up in my graceful manner. Oh, there we go. Right, now what we've got here is a bedroom the same size as what we saw in the 78. Again, 2 metres and 2 centimetres long, and 2 metres and 1 centimetre in width. So a big double bed. That's how you're going to be using this sleeping system. So big bed. And then again on this we can see the wraparound cupboards all the way around, just like we saw in the 78. So this is an identical space really. The television's been put in this one as well. And again, we've got a big sunroof for ventilation, the same walls, and then we've got the backboard as well with the lighting. So this is the bedroom space. Now, I did mention that there was a privacy screen, which there is. Now, what there also is a really clever feature. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate it on the prototype, but this privacy screen is going to come across to here. Now this panel here that you can see, it's currently glazed. You actually press a button and it will become clear. So if you, on a daytime, if you don't want it like this, you can actually make it clear and see-through, or you press the button and it becomes frosted. So yeah, nice feature there. It is a top-end motorhome, so we like to see some features. So that is the bedroom. 2 metres and 2 centimetre long bed, fixed ceramic toilet. We've got this really nice bathroom space here, huge wardrobe, massive shower. My only compromise for me is this sliding partition. that's it really. Big kitchen. I like all these extra bits. You might not want to add these. These are optional extras. You might not want these. The drop down telly, again, a nice feature, so it's out of the way when you don't want it. Plenty of storage. The dishwasher you can add, the microwave you can add, big tower fridge freezer. Good size lounge. Say this one's got the black leather, loads of different options. Good amount of headroom as well for taller people, which is always important. You know, when you're buying a big motorhome, you want space around you. So there we go. That is the 88. So Arto 88, 9 metres and 6 centimetres long, 5,500 kilos in weight, based on the Mercedes. So as I say, prices on this one start at £180,000. It depends the options that you add. Realistically, I spec'd one up and I added £30,000, and I was probably being a little bit conservative because I could have gone berserk, but yeah, beautiful. So these are the brand new for 2025 Niesmann+Bischoff Arto models 88, 78. I will put a link down here to the Travel World website so you can have a look at the stock they've got. They've got lots of other models from Niesmann+Bischoff. I could quite happily go for a little trot around the showroom, but I won't because that's not what I'm here to do, so I won't do that. I'll also put a link to the Niesmann+Bischoff website as well, and so you can spec up your model and add what you want to add out of all these different colours, because you can go absolutely wild. There we go. Thank you to the Erwin Heimer Centre Travel World for letting us come and film today. That is appreciated, and obviously all the best for the launch of the 2025 models. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.